Hey, hey, want to do a blog about something. You know what? And all things being equal now, right? Everything is equal. A rock is equal to a tree. And everything is all about equality. Everything is the same, even though they're different. They're same. Okay. All right. This is the new mental or sexual revolution that everybody is the same regardless of your sex, how you have sex, what kind of sex you have. It's all the same. And we're all empowered by our genitals. Okay. So being that the case, being that everything is the same, homosexuality is the same as heterosexuality. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Men, doesn't matter to men, to women. Okay, doesn't matter. Men and women are the same. That's where we started, right? Men and women are the same. They're the same. They're the same. Okay, I hear this thing on television. I'm turning on TV. I was trying to watch television. I heard this thing on television that 6 or so women got raped at the spring break. 6 or 7 women, okay? I think that's terrible, right? But what bothers me is that you never hear, being that everything is the same, you never hear 6 or 7 men getting raped at spring break. Why don't women step up their game? You know, why don't women start raping men at the spring break? I mean, if that be the case, I'm ready. You know, let me take off my stuff and get on down and get butt naked and go down, ass out, a bunch of horny women so I could get raped. I would, I volunteer. Matter of fact, I don't know if it's still rape if you volunteer, but I'm making myself available, okay? Rape me. Here I am. Only problem is I could go down there for hours, a bunch of 100 women, and I'll never get raped. They'll start raping each other before they start raping me and start passing laws for it to be legal for them to get married. I'm just a little disappointed. It would be nice for a change if we can truly be equal and that the women start to rape the men. I think that it would be a way of really putting things, balancing the scales, so to say, and truly equality. Let's have some females raping some men and just tell me where to go. Let me start putting on my stuff right now. Where's my car? I was out to start up my car. Anyway, what gets me is that people just don't figure out. And then you see the news. Well, it's still okay to go down there. It's still okay to send your daughters, your college daughters, who want a future, down to the spring break. It's still okay because such and such an artist gonna be there, such and such a rapper gonna be here, such and such a so and so gonna be there. That's why it's okay to send your daughter down there. Forget the tens of thousands of dollars that you're spending on her education and her future, which has totally been effed now because she is no longer mentally straight, from being raped and taken advantage of, drunk. I heard somebody talking some crap. They said that, the women just pass out and then everybody just a crowd of men just get on it. It's just like, after she don't even know she been raped, she knows she might have been raped at least once, but they just form a line. Okay, buddy, your turn. Go on in, And the whole thing is, well, it's good to send your daughters down there. Send your daughters down there. Besides the fact that they might get raped, they'll have a wonderful experience. You know, that's like a Lipitor commercial. You know, besides that, you'll have it'll cure you of a stomach ache, but you know, an extra arm will go out of your head. you know, your head will start spinning backwards. All these side effects, but at least your stomach will have to stop hurting. You know, I just don't get it. You know, stop sending your daughters down here. You know, it's like with the homosexuality, we preach exploring in the schools now, and the sex education tells kids to explore. Besides, you know, instead of abstinence, besides you might get AIDS, pregnant, lose your future. Explore your sexuality. Besides, you might mentally go crazy and want to commit suicide. You know, besides, you might be, I know like several men that have been, are taking drugs, are taking Thorazine because they experimented. You know? Please, you know, why don't we just take you know, my job is all about taking the short, sensible, easy solution, the short solution. Don't go. You know, anything that is like a 1-2 syllable answer to the solution is usually the one to go with. Don't go. Again, I feel sorry for the parents whose daughters and family. I'm not trying to make jokes of that, you know, who's had their daughters abused and situations like that. I heard the stupidity from these women with these talk shows, these bunch of gabby women that get on the talk shows and think they can lead the moral justice system. And they said, oh, men need to be more responsible. You know what they learn in math class? You know, drunk ass out young girl plus drunk horny boys equals rape. You know, if you're a heathen, be happy about it. Happy heathens. Why don't they? You know, I mean, I'm not trying to judge. You know, I've been there, did this. I've been there, okay? But, you know, I've been in drunk and you know, some women get mad at me when I talk about the truth of the matter. Yeah, I've been drunk to the point where I'd walk up to girls several times, don't even know them, and just mouth them. And they just, I'm talking about fine-ass blondes, you know. I'm talking about, you know, some hot chicks, you know. I'm talking about all kinds of women. I used to be a wild man, you know. That's why I know. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to go on this long. Alcohol will make you do crazy stuff. A lot of them boys is still responsible men, but they just, you know, it's all about sex there. And the women are young. I think for like 2 seconds, I saw something, video of spring break. Them girls is girls. They are girls. You know, they fun to look at, but, you know, I wouldn't be caught dead. I wouldn't be caught seeing with one of them. You know, they're girls. You send your girls into that kind of situation. 16, 17, 18. No, 18, they gotta be 17, 18 years old, right? At least. College, right? You know? And you know what bothers me? Is I don't ever know how girls gone wild ever got on television. I just don't understand that. How do we show this stuff on television? The other day I turned on it. You know, I had a huge fight with my nephews that were coming and visiting downstairs. And the grandparents, go to sleep like they should, 11 o'clock, whatever. The grandkids, 3 boys, be sitting there watching Girls Gone Wild. So they acclimated by the time they 13, 14, and that was my problem with it. Them kids was 14, 13, 14 years old. I'm not saying that they're not going to do it. I'm saying, why condone it and make it as suitable and acceptable for them? Especially me. I'm the uncle. I'm supposed to just turn the eyes on them, especially when my brother's not doing anything about it. I'm concerned about them. So then you got them trained to be complete horny heathens by the time they reach 18 and in college, and they'll be the boys that's raping them. I'm not saying my nephews are. I'm just saying this is how this start. When you air this stuff on television and the kids stay up late, and then they're all there by the time they're 14, 15 years old watching this stuff, that's what it is. They're already programmed to do that. They're already programmed. And then they put the guy who becomes a multi-millionaire on maybe a billionaire on feeding this to these guys, young boys, young adults. He becomes a multi-millionaire, and then they threw his butt in jail one day, and he crying. You get what you deserve. I was turning the television on for a day, trying to relax, because I told you I hooked up my television and the cable so I can watch the TV at the same time and the internet at the same time, and so or back and forth. So it's still in the front room, so I gotta leave this and go there. But I have all kind of radio stuff that is connect all this stuff through the radio waves, right? So I go to watch the television, and it was the most painful experience. Some infomercial comes on, and they're selling dildos. All right, granted it was late. Granted it was said, but kids will stay up, every kid got a television in their room, and so they selling dildos to men. Okay, men and women. All right, let me be fair. So they got all of this. Grab your nuts while you ratchet this thing in your butt. I was gonna say ass. While you ratchet this thing in your ass, and then you pull this other thing and you pump it down there, right? And then your ears start to grow. I'm like, they're selling this to men on the television, on television. This was 42nd Street Dirt and Grime right on prime time. I'm like, okay, fine, we're adult. Do what you do what you want. Is your body. If your body, you want to stick it in a meat grinder, fine. You want to stick a meat grinder up or a jackhammer up your Kudamaka or whatever they say, and destroy yourself. That's your rank and privilege, okay? But don't feed this stuff to kids or make it so easily accessible. That's my problem with it. It's just that it's so easily accessible. Have some responsibility. India Irie said something recently, and I because I like the video, you like the stuff, we get confused about what she's saying. Saying that's okay, but having women kissing and stuff like that, right where, after school program, for kids to see it, kids copy and now you got a lot of homosexual young girls, and that's what the same thing, the Girls Gone Wild. I know there's a thing about your chickens coming home to roost, but when you see these girls getting rapped, your future college graduate could have been a doctor, a neurologist, or the next woman, astronaut, or what have you. Her future destroyed because she got raped, because the chickens have come home to roost, and the Girls Gone Wild and has made the boys gone crazy. at 14, 15 years old. I'm all of, and you know how I feel about that anyway. 14, 15 years old, they getting pregnant and all of that other stuff. We want to give marriage to men that can't get pregnant instead of teenagers that are getting pregnant. I really don't see the stuff like that. I mean, that's not condoning it, but at least be responsible. So it's your own stupidity. So let me do a commercial. Stupidity may cause side effects of being raped and men putting jackhammers up their butt.